There we go. Hi, everyone. It's Bhavni with Mind, Body, Spirit, and I'm chatting to our lovely presenters who are hosting workshops with us at the end of this month at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival at the Olympia, London. Today, I am speaking to Holly Husler, who is hosting a lovely workshop with us on the first day of the festival on Friday. Hi, Holly. Thank you for joining
Hi,
me
thank you
today.
for having me.
We're very excited that you're coming to the festival to share your workshop, but also that you're chatting to me and our community today, and also, to everyone who's catching up in their own time. Tell us all about your workshop, Holly.
Okay, so my workshop is called Manifesting Magic Through Crystal Bowl Sound Healing. I always say with sound healing, it's an ancient form of healing, but it's making beautiful waves back into modern society, and it is so needed in the world today. And one of the best things about it is you just get to lie down and do absolutely nothing. I mean, my workshop is going to be a little bit more than that. I am going to give you some education. I'm going to talk about the crystal singing bowls and the power of sound, how you can use the bowls to help manifest things into your life, but you also are going to be able to lie down and just receive as well. And yeah, it's funny because people always think, oh, I'm not being productive, I'm not doing anything, but so much happens in the doing nothing. And it's in that receiving and in that space of stillness and doing much, much less is where you can actually tap into your creativity, your clarity, your deepest dreams and desires, your sense of peace and calmness. And that really, when you're in that place of centeredness and freedom, as it were, that's where you get to create your life, and that's where you get to call in all the things you desire. We can't do it from our heads. If we're constantly up in our heads with our thoughts, with the chitter chatter, we don't really want to create a life from that place. All of our thoughts, all of our feelings are like waves of energy that are being sent out into the universe. And I don't know about you, but I would rather create from my heart and from that feeling of spaciousness and receive abundance that the crystal bowls gives you than from this place of ego and chitter chatter and crap, basically.
I think it's really interesting because a lot of the time, we have the whole alchemy of sound space at the festival, and we do one of the things I love about Mind, Body, Spirit and the festival itself is that there is such a platform for sound healing in all its various forms from all over the world, because as you were saying, it is a very ancient healing modality that has been experienced and taught by many cultures. But a lot of the time it's from the perspective of healing, whereas what's now coming into the practice of sound healing or sound therapy is this idea of manifestation. And they feel like quite opposite things. Like it feels like the sound healing is just to sort of come into the space of healing and allow the vibrations to impact the body. But manifestation feels like quite an active, participatory, creative thing to do. So can you talk about the sort of balance between
that's a really nice question, actually, and it's sort of multi-layered, but I also do think they're combined as well, because I guess so many of us have we're walking around with traumas and emotional issues and stuff that we haven't healed since our childhood, particularly the generation before us. And I think we're doing a great job now at actually realizing that there's a lot of healing work and inner work to be done in order for us to be our best, shiniest selves. So I think once you take that step on the sound healing journey and you begin to heal yourself and you start to shift blockages and remove past trauma, and you get to really know yourself on a deeper level, and you're removing these things that are keeping you stuck. And I'm not saying you get to a place where you've done that, because it's a constant journey. You will always be healing more. There'll always be more layers peeled back. But the idea for me is to become more like a crystal bowl. It's my theory that we are all crystal bowls, but we're just sort of layered with traumas and things, and stuff that keeps us small and stuck and not living our best lives. So I think coming to sound healing helps you to strip back those layers, to look at what needs to heal yourself, and then from that new shiny crystalline place, then you can start to create the life that you deserve, because for example, you've healed maybe a wound that says, I'm not worthy of ... And feeling unworthy is a wound that sits in the sacral chakra, which is the energy center just below our belly button. So say we've done the work to clear that pattern. Okay, now I believe I am worthy because I've healed this part of myself. I've healed this old story. Now I can create from that place. I can manifest the life of my dreams because I feel that I'm worthy of it. So I guess manifestation is almost like a step they complement each other. The healing, the manifesting complement each other and go alongside of each other. And one of the qualities of quartz crystal is amplification. So we are manifesting all of the time. You know, when we're walking around, whether we're conscious of it or not, all of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our energy waves being sent out. Law of attraction states that like attracts like. So what we send out is going to come back to us on some level. And we want to create a lovely life for ourselves. So it's going to come back in some way. The crystal bowls help to amplify our intentions out. So it's kind of like a turbo boosting of our manifestations. So if you imagine that you're putting your thoughts and your feelings and your wishes and desires into the crystal singing bowls, just through intention and feeling, then those sound waves are being sent out through the crystal amplification power. And law of attraction states that it's going to come back to us in some way, often quicker and more powerfully.
Wow, that's a really beautiful explanation of it. And I love that we can also now, I mean, I know you said that we're constantly healing, but this idea of maybe it's like sound healing 2.0, you know, we get to then once we're healing, we're now using that that healed vibration inside of us from different parts of ourselves to send vibrations out as well. You know,
and the world's going to be a better place for it as well, because if we're not more connected to ourselves, we love ourselves more, then the vibrations coming out of us are going to be of love and of worthiness. And people pick up on that, you know. So that's why they say that if you start to heal yourself first, you're going to help to heal the rest of the world as well.
Absolutely. And a lot of the time, I think people perhaps aren't so consciously aware of the distortion that might be, you know, coming out of us, because yes, on one hand you can be saying that I really want to bring X, Y, and Z into my life or into my practice or into, you know, into my experiences with my loved ones, but then if there is some sort of dissonance or disconnect that we're also putting out there, I think this is a really great way with the sound healing to come to that, but subconsciously, you know, without the conscious mind trying to find it.
Yeah, it's about reconnecting back to the truth of who you are. And for me, it's cheesy as it sounds, it's love and light. I think that's who we all are at the core. And it's like returning home to that knowing and then beaming out from there.
Really lovely. Can you tell me, Holly, a little bit more of why it's also important to be in the room with you at the festival? Because, you know, we're living in a world where so much is available online. Someone might think, oh, I can, you know, just put on a recording of sound healing that's been done to really, you know, high quality and experience it at home. Why is it really great for everyone to be joining you at this workshop in London?
Because we've all been stuck behind screens for like 3 years. I'll give that as one answer. You know, yes, it's lovely to just get in your pajamas and listen to, you know, a sound healing at home or a meditation at home, but nothing quite beats the real life experience. There's some kind of extra magical transmission that happens in the real life connection. And I always say sound healing is this beautiful blend between science, which you can explain, but also magic and unknown. And, you know, I can't explain how that real life connection is more magical, but we all know that it is, really, you know, when you're face to face with someone. And just being in that kind of that safe, sacred container with other people who are all wanting the same kind of thing, really. There's some kind of magic ingredient in that. So come join me.
Yeah. Do you have a little tip that you'd be able to share with everyone, you know, using this idea of manifestation and sound healing together, and the way you're going to be sharing it on Friday at the festival? Do you have a little tip that you can already share with us to whet our appetite?
I do. And it's really, really simple. I'm going to guess most people watching this don't have the crystal bowls to help them just yet, maybe in the future. But to get started right away, where all you need is yourself, is just watch the kind of words that come out of your mouth, because words are so powerful, more than we realize. We're powerful creators. We create with our words, with our thoughts, with our emotions. So, and maybe let's focus this around the way you speak to yourself, because we've all been guilty of being mean to ourselves and saying, oh, you look like this today, or oh, you're so rubbish at this and that. Why not actually say something kind and loving towards yourself? Because those words are going to have a physical impact on the cells in your body and on your physical health over time. And I'm going to go more into this in the workshop, which is the stuff that really excites me. So I hope you'll join me for more.
A really lovely one. Do you want to let everyone know when they can join you at the workshop? I know we've been mentioning Friday, but give us a little bit more detail and where people can get their tickets from.
Yeah, so it's Friday the 26th of May. It's a 90-minute workshop called Manifesting Magic Through Crystal Bowl Sound Healing, and it's 11 till 12:30. Tickets are £17. And where do they buy them from, Bhavini?
Well, we've got the banner at the bottom of this.
Banner at the bottom, there we go.
And then if you go to Holly's social media or our social media for Mind Body Spirit, you'll be finding all the links everywhere on our website as well, mindbodyspiritfestival.co.uk. So Holly, thank you so much for chatting to me on here and explaining a little bit more about your lovely workshop with us at the festival. Really looking forward to being with you in the flesh, as you say, and not connecting through a screen, and being with everyone in our community.
Yay, me too.
We'll see you then. Bye.